All right, so we are here with the second Joker movie. I do not know how to pronounce this. I'm not even going to attempt to. Yeah. Now, I never saw the first movie, honestly, because there's only like two Joker origins I care about. One being the Killing Joke, the most iconic and the one that makes the most sense. And the other is technically not an origin for the Joker, but an origin of his return, which was Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, with the whole microchip thing. And I don't want to spoil it because that's genuinely a good movie that I want people to actually see. It's a fantastic movie. That microchip thing is, again, it, it's cartoon logic. Cartoon logic that makes sense because everyone has lasers in those cartoons anyway, so clear as day technology is far more advanced and etc etc etc. I heard this was a musical. If they sing in this, I'm going to be angry. So yeah.
2 years ago, the name Arthur Fleck hit Gotham like a hurricane.
The trial of the century.
They believe Arthur Fleck to be some kind of martyr. Well, he's not. There's a monster.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling,
When I first saw Joker, when I saw you,
the whole world smiles with you.
for once in my life, I didn't feel so alone anymore.
When you're laughing, oh, when you're laughing,
Okay.
the sun comes shining through. For once in my life, I have someone who needs me.
How about you, Arthur? Do you still think you're a star?
Showtime. The whole world smiles with you.
Okay.
You can do anything you want.
The sun comes
You're Joker.
Was that the Reagan thing?
Look around! Look at all these people!
bring on.
I will no longer allow any of you
So stop your sighing.
to keep me down.
Be happy again.
I got
Oh.
the sneaking suspicion that we're not giving the people what they want.
It's okay, baby. Let's give the people what they want.
Ooh. I got chills from that actually.
Sing hallelujah. Come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to lie.
Anything you want.
I was judging this very harshly. Because I know Lady Gaga has acted in other things. I only remember that one season of American Horror Story, which I've given up on a lot. Like, I gave up on that season 2. Like, season 2 was all with the asylum. That's all I needed to see. But my mom's a fan of American Horror Story, and I knew she was in there by virtue of her. So I did get chills from certain points in this, and trying to see. This is where we get the musical stuff, right? The look on his face, though, crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. This is crazy. And I was wondering if this was Harley. I like this design, though. It's very reminiscent of the White Knight universe. So I do appreciate this design, and I was like, this design right here also made me think, oh yeah, she is actually Harley. I didn't think she would be Harley, and I didn't even hear the accent, but again, that's just me judging it too harshly. Now this clear as day that this is one of the songs that's going to be in this movie, because there's no way he would be allowed to be behind here at all, right? Figment of his imagination. Same thing here, right? This is a song. Yeah. And I think well, I'm trying to remember the first trailer. Like the first trailer from the first movie, I believe it did have messaging about like societal issues, turning the Joker into the Joker and things like that. If I remember that trailer correctly, I'm not even going to go back on it, but that trailer is ingrained in my head just because of that whole singing in the rain dance thing. So, yeah. So apparently in this universe, Harley is not a psychiatrist. And she is also crazy. Which I did appreciate. I did appreciate them showcasing how crazy she actually is. But what I'm fearful of is she is pushing him into being the Joker that we know. But I've also heard when it came down to the first movie, he's not the definitive Joker at all. He's someone who actually inspires the Joker, which that's not the first time that this has happened, if I'm being transparent. And I want to also check and see the person who ran up to him, right? Person who ran up to him. He's being chased. Hold on. See, so I can't tell if this is just a figment of his imagination or if this is supposed to be the new definitive Joker that we get. Not sure exactly. So, I feel like I'm starting to understand a bit of this. You have the explosion that happened here, right? Oh, and this is in the court. Okay, so, all right, I didn't even notice that. This gotta be within the court, right? I thought it had something to do with this. No. And there's nobody in the audience and all that, so this is gonna be a musical section. This is in the court. My thought process is one of the jurors was managed to sneak in a bomb. This is still supposed to be set like what, in the 80s, right? So they snuck in a bomb and blew everything up. Arthur escapes. Now, let me not say that. Arthur escapes, right? He's running away. He has the makeup on. You have this guy chasing after him. I think he might take the blame for everything and allow him to escape. That's what I think is going to happen. I'm not entirely sure, though, but this had to have happened right outside of the... That's probably going to be the ending, like, segment. So, even though I didn't see the movie, I saw the train scene and I saw the talk show scene. I did see those parts, and that's really all I needed to see. So, my thought process is the explosion happens, right? And you can tell that this was probably made during, was it during like the lockdowns? I'm not entirely sure, because everything does seem packed, but as for this chase scene, of course, naturally, we're not seeing a whole bunch of cars. It cuts off that quickly, but I'm wondering how much this movie actually costs. I can look that up, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this movie's going to end. For some reason, right? My mind is telling me that this is set in the Batman Batterson universe. That's what it's telling me, even though I know that's not really correct. But something's telling me that fits in within that timeline just because of how Gotham looks. It could fit into that timeline because the Batman was very densely populated, grimy. I'm not seeing densely population here, but it's very grimy. It looks like it genuinely does look like a shitty city. So, it comes out October. Am I going to watch this? Maybe. I still want Jim Carrey to play the Joker. That's just me. But yeah. I'll stop rambling on here. That's pretty much it.